Welcome,
ladies and gents. All right.
Go ahead.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Mikes and Men. This is episode number 31.
31.
31. What does that mean?
It came right after 30.
Yep, that's it. We got a pretty good episode for you today, so stay tuned. First, we got an announcement to make. Starting not this week, because you can see that we're not in a new studio. I just spoiled the announcement.
Seriously.
Not next week. Not the next week.
Why would you even
Not the
bring it
next
up
week.
now? That's such an early
Not
time
the-
to...
Because I just found out
In
about
a couple years.
You're now a month in of not this week.
Wait, what is Wait. On the 9th of next month, I'm moving into a new house, and we're going to have a podcast studio. We're going to get out of the living room. I know you can't really tell that we're in a living room, but we're in a living room.
I feel like they can.
Can you?
Yeah, the rest of the living room's right over there. So yeah.
Well, either way.
We're going to get out of that. We're about to have a studio.
A whole studio, and it's going to be awesome.
So suck it.
The baby was
Also, should we turn that light on so it doesn't get darker?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we gotta have some lights on.
Do it
Beautiful.
Do it again.
Sorry, guys.
Do it again. Try it one more time.
I don't think this outlet,
Just fucking-
I don't think this outlet works.
You gotta
Turn it on.
turn that switch on.
Can
that
we
switch.
turn those lights
that
on,
switch.
too?
Turn that switch on.
Do it again. There you
Those
go.
Welcome to
lights?
hell.
Can we turn those lights on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody go flip them on. Yeah, bro. All right, but
So
Yeah.
anyways, yeah.
2 minutes in and we don't know what the fuck we're doing. But
It's going to be a pretty good
there we go.
it's going to be a pretty good time. We got to help Cooley move all his crap into his new house.
Yeah.
We're going to do all this stuff.
It's a house too. It's not an apartment, so you don't have to listen to weed whackers or trucks going by. You might still have to listen to trucks going by,
Yeah.
but who knows?
Cuz we're out in God's country.
Are you excited? Is it just going to be you there?
No,
He wishes.
no,
Mm-mm.
that's okay. It'd be my rock climbing partner though, so that'd be cool. We can schedule more rock climbing trips.
Yeah, you'll probably be gone all the time.
Yeah.
Uh,
On my
Hopefully.
off days.
rock climbing dates.
Yes, not partner. Well, it actually is his partner,
It is my partner.
but partner.
It's my butt buddy.
Partner, you know.
Partner in slime.
They slept together in a rainy tent.
Yeah, it was
An
it was-
8-person tent, and they had to
Yeah,
cuddle
that's
No,
up.
no, no, no,
big
no,
ass
no, no,
tent.
no, 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 no. 16-person tent.
That makes it even worse. And y'all had to cuddle up.
Did y'all cuddle up for real?
Yes.
How romantic.
No.
Yeah, I mean, why would you not? It's cold outside.
It wasn't cold.
So y'all
You
just,
just
wanted,
did it
they
because
just
you
wanted
wanted
that
to.
man sweat.
Yeah.
The Bears.
But it was actually 3 of us. Cruz came with us.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought he was hiding in the bushes or something.
No, I slept in the middle of them.
Yeah, you wanted it both ways.
No, dude, I woke up and I had fucking. All right, this goddamn tent had a leak in it, and I woke up and my sleeping bag was like.
$25 at Goodwill. Man,
Okay, wait, let me finish.
should have
So
known.
I woke up and I just had like water dripping on me, and Errol was like, "Dude, you're soaked," and I'm like, "Nah, shit, dude." So it was crazy.
You're totally,
Yeah,
totally.
we
It was
woke-
only dripping on you?
Yeah, it was like I was in the middle, and the seams are in the middle,
Okay.
so the water was dripping down through the seams. And I
Wait.
was
16-person tent, and you laid directly in the
Right
middle.
under the seams.
I wanted to have the most space.
You wanted everyone to lay around you. You
Yeah.
said, I'm going to sit in the middle, so anyone that has... I know, like, y'all don't have a choice, but just lay next to me. That's pretty much what happened.
It was a good day. But we went to horse pens and we actually got a video of it. We got a video of this whole trip, so you'll be able to see it. We didn't actually film that much, to be honest with you.
Highlight reel.
It is a highlight reel mainly, but we did have like a manhunt section of it. That
Haunted
was
men.
where we did
Mhm.
hunt, man, and it was fun. We got some rock climbing videos. We found a rattlesnake. Let me tell you this story.
Spoilers.
Shut up. This was crazy. I was climbing up this rock wall,
I'm cutting this out.
and are you?
Hey, if you threaten me, Will, he now has the power.
He does have the power.
That'd be weird if it was just in the audio, and then.
What if you
Maybe
cut
the whole
out
video.
every single part of the podcast except for the parts you talk? It's such a dick move.
Or
It's
just
just like
Cooley.
a highlight reel of
Of Inslee.
That'd be like a 2-minute podcast.
Fact.
But I was climbing up this wall, and there's a fucking rattlesnake, like, on top of the mountain.
A rattlesnake.
It was a rattlesnake, and I threw that bitch off the top of the mountain. And
Slid right back up.
yeah, he did try to climb back up.
Like a
but-
kid that won't go away.
Yeah,
He was surprised. He was just chilling.
it was crazy. I had never seen a snake out there before.
And then y'all just harassed him after,
Yeah,
poking
what
him
the
with a
fuck?
stick.
Yeah, we just beat him up, but he slithered off. He was okay. We just kind of got a couple videos of him.
Poor
was fun.
Slipples.
But there was something else crazy that happened. So we decided that we were going to leave on Monday, and we're going to get there Monday night, sleep into Tuesday, climb Tuesday, sleep, climb Wednesday, and then drive back at like 12 Wednesday. So we go there. I don't think I've told y'all this yet.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a really good story. So we go there, and we're gonna camp at Horse Pens because we want to climb at Palisades, and they're like 15 minutes apart, and there's no camping at Palisades, so you have to do it there.
Horse Pens is a park.
Horse Pens is in the top 10 best bouldering places in the world.
Okay.
It's a really popular spot. If you know what bouldering is, you've probably heard of it.
Yeah, no,
It's
I haven't.
it's a really popular place. Like people from France will come over and climb. Like there's always foreigners there.
They ain't got rocks in France.
No, it's not top 10. So, but we go there, and this is a private property park. This isn't like a public government-owned like facility. This is some guy owns this mountain. It's actually a plateau,
That's cool.
and he just lets people come camp there and climb on the rocks. So we come, and we get there at about probably like 8:30, and it's starting to kind of drizzle outside. It's just misty, and you can tell it's gonna. We were expecting rain that night, and we start setting up the tent. Well, actually, no, that's not what happened. So we get there, and we pull up to this gate, and the gate has a sign on it. It's closed, and the gate has a sign on it that says gate will be closed from 12 until 8, and it was 8:30, so it's not 12 yet, so it shouldn't be closed. So I'm like, well, maybe it's just dummy locked, which means, if you don't fucking know, that the lock is on there but it's not clamped shut, right?
Wait,
so-
it closes at 8 and this was 8:30?
No, it closes at 12. It opens at 8 in the morning.
Okay.
But it was 8:30, and I was like, well, maybe it's just dummy locked. So I get out of the car. There's a sign on it that says that, and it has a number. It says, if the gate is closed, call this number. We called the number, nobody answered. So I'm like, all right, well, let me just get out and open this gate, and we'll just pay in the morning if they're closed, right? So I get out, I open up this gate, and we drive through. We start setting up the tent. We find a camp spot, and then we see some. We get about like 10% through setting up the tent. We got it pulled out, and it's starting to drizzle, and we got one pole in it, and we see some headlights starting to pull up. So I'm like, maybe more campers, or maybe it's like someone saying like, hey, like, you know, you want to pay?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, no problem. So I just put down the poles and I walk up. Actually, I have the poles in my hand. I put down the tent and I walk up to the truck and I have these poles in my hand. And the truck pulls up and this dude says, y'all know y'all are trespassing? And then I noticed that he has an AR in his hands.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Took you that
Okay.
long to notice he had an AR-15 in his hand?
Well, it was dark. It was nighttime.
True.
Fucking idiot. And
My bad.
Then he takes a flashlight and he's like flashing it at us. And then I notice I'm carrying a bunch of tent poles that are like that's about as long as a rifle. And I'm like, oh shit, dude, this might look like a gun. So I drop them. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to, get shot by this dude because I'm carrying some tent poles. But he was being such a hard ass. So let me tell you something. Fuck horse pens. I will never. Can you put your phone on silent, please? Can you be professional?
Can you get through this?
Ha!
I will never go back to that park. That park was a piece of shit. It's a nice park, but the people there, they fucking suck, and they'll point guns at you.
Well, yeah, what happened to the guy? Did he just leave?
No,
Or-
he
Did
did
he
not
shoot
just
you?
leave.
Yeah, what
No.
happened?
So it started raining, and I was like, man, I'm sorry. Like, we weren't trying to like trespass. Like, we're gonna pay you in the morning. That's why we're setting up a tent in a campground. At every other campsite that we go to, if they're closed, you can go in and set up your tent and just pay in the morning. Every single one of them.
Except this one.
Apparently fucking so. So we get setting up the tent. It starts raining, and I mean like pouring rain. Our tent is not set up, so the rain fly isn't over it. It's getting soaked like so much water, like an inch deep in water. And I'm like, man, I'm sorry, like I don't know what to tell you. Like he's like, I don't do apologies, and I'm like, well then what the fuck, you want us to
what else
leave?
you just-
And he
He
was
would
like,
suck you off?
no, he was like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna let you leave, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? Like,
That's
am I gonna
kinda
get murdered?
sadistic, yeah.
You're trespassing, but I want you to stay, boy.
Are you gonna like eat me? Like, what is this?
He
This-
wanted your ass. He wanted
But-
to fuck.
He was like, there's a state trooper on the bottom of this mountain. I might just have to call him up here. And I'm like, you gonna fucking arrest us because like
With an AR.
with an AR like in your hand, like pointing it at us and shit. And
Did he actually point it?
Well, he had it sitting in his truck, and he was like, he wanted us to
Posted.
see it. And I was like, what the fuck? And then this other truck pulls up, and all these guys are wearing badges like they want to be cops. Like fucking, oh, I hate these people.
Like
Massive.
game wardens or
No, they just owned the property, and they just had like police badges and guns out.
Oh, okay. So like
They
Boy
probably got
Scouts.
nothing else to do.
Yeah, they were like Boy Scouts that had fucking guns. And then this old motherfucker who had a cowboy hat on and 2 revolvers. I'm not shitting you. And he had a fucking,
Cowboy.
and he had this long white beard and long white hair, and he had a like a detective badge on his belt. And he comes out and he pulls out his guns, and he's like pointing them out in the trees, and he's just showing us that he has this cool shit. Like he's turning on his lasers, and he pulls out this flashlight and keeps like shining around and shit, and it's just bright as fuck. And he's just like trying to show us all his toys. And he talks our ear off for like 2 hours, and tells us,
In the rain?
yeah, in the rain. He's standing in the rain too, and he says, I might let y'all stay here, but I'm gonna make sure y'all get wet first. And I'm like, you're
Gay.
What's the
fucking.
point?
He
You're
did
a
want to
piece
fuck
of-
you.
He's like, you're a piece of shit. Like, you got all of our stuff, like everything we
Yeah.
had out, everything was soaked, and he ended up letting us stay there, and he charged us $5 each over the price limit. It was already $15 a person. He charged us $20 a person to stay there.
And let y'all soak in the rain.
Yeah, and got all of our stuff soaked.
It sounds like such a nice place to visit. Do you want to go?
Yes.
No, it was a beautiful park, but that's what I'm saying. These people are fucking assholes, like straight up dicks. And he gave us an ear beating the next day too. Like whenever he was talking to us about his stupid ass fucking Jeep. Like, I don't give a shit about your Jeep. Let's just pay for another night and fucking up, you know.
After holding the AR
Kick
up
rocks.
at you. That's
Yeah,
so
like-
nice.
It was crazy, dude. But I
Did they
got
apologize or anything?
no.
He don't do apologies.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't
It
do
was
apologies.
ridiculous, man.
I do gay sex.
It was so overblown that I was just baffled on like why they would even do that. Because we're climbers. We're there to give you business, and you do this to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We closed the gate back. We did everything right.
And you paid. And
Yeah,
they
we
still
paid.
harass you.
It was fucking ridiculous. So if you've ever been to Horse Pens, tell them I said fuck you. I hate that fucking place now. I will never go back there. I will camp illegally on Palisades like I did the first time.
I would just camp on the side of the road. That's ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. It was insane. So anyway, what happened to you today?
Hey man, I got hit by a car.
You got hit by a car?
I'm just playing. I wrecked.
You're starting from the beginning.
It's you know, 3 o'clock in the morning on it's a brisk June morning, and I'm just coasting along, and out of nowhere I black out. I went into like another dimension of sleep, and
He was abducted by aliens.
yeah, I don't know if it was like the Sandman came my way that morning and he just sprinkled a little bit of sand on me.
That's exactly what happened to
Yeah.
the cop that killed George Floyd.
Yeah, so he got abducted by aliens. The same aliens came to me, thinking I was George Floyd, the reincarnate, and I told him I was like I'm not him. So I swerve, flip, truck flips. I'm sliding into a ditch.
You gotta make sure you tell him what kind of truck this is.
This is a Freightliner, 20,000 pound truck.
Can I show a picture?
Yeah, you can put that on there.
Picture now.
Good. You know, it looks like God just ripped the roof off of it, and I'm sitting there chilling, and I'm sitting there, and I wake up, and I fell asleep, and I look over, and I'm just flipped, and I was like, whoa. So I'm looking around. I don't really have anywhere to go, so I click the seatbelt. I have to it's on my side, so I have to climb out to the top, and I'm just sitting here like just chilling. I was like, I don't know what to do right now. I was like, and who do you call? Who do you call? Did you call the cops? Like, what do you tell a cop? Hey man,
Fell asleep.
I fell asleep, and you got a mess to clean up. That's pretty much what I'm doing.
I wonder who did clean it
So
up.
who did
The
you
wrecking
call?
company. Well, I called Philip first.
Philip on
He's
these nuts.
one of my bosses, and he said, I called him. I said, hey man, I think I have a concussion. I just got in a wreck and my truck is flipped. He said, call Freddie. Hung it up. I called Freddie. He literally acted like he just discovered what a phone was. Because he answered, he goes, hello. And I was like, he didn't know what a phone was. I was like, hey man, I got some more news to lay on you. So what you're using is a phone, and I also flipped my truck. And he was like, I'll be there. Hangs up. Call the cops. Cops take 45 minutes to get there. If you've ever been in any situation that involves cops, it takes at least an hour for them to get there. I don't know what they're doing at such a time of the morning.
Why do you even have that number to call for help if it takes like forever to get there? I remember, I'm gonna let you finish your story real quick.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish. But I remember one time I was a kid and there was this dude that was like beat my friend up with a baseball bat, and I called the cops on him, and they never showed up. I sat there for like 3 hours waiting for these cops. It was on my birthday. I was trying to go to dinner.
What number did you call?
911.
You sure it wasn't 991?
No, it was 911.
Okay.
And I called him like
I've
a
made that
couple
mistake
times.
before.
I've called him a couple times, and they just never showed up. What the fuck?
They're just sitting there.
So my friend's getting beat with a bat. Help!
They'll figure it
Like
out.
an officer's on the way. Click.
Yeah, but after all that, I just moved on with my life. I keep going. I didn't get hurt because I don't get hurt. I don't get sick. I don't suffer from formalities that other humans do. So I move on with my life. I go to the hospital. Everyone's sick around me. It's disgusting. I mean, there's people coughing into bags and stuff, and it's like
Lower life forms.
Well, yeah, it's like it's almost like I'm a shark swimming around with cephalopods. Like, I mean, it's pathetic. I have to do this CAT scan or whatever. I don't have a concussion. I'm fine.
Don't have a cat either.
Yeah, I don't have a cat.
What the fuck's up with that?
I don't even have a scan.
Did
So
you
I
even
keep-
get like any scratches or anything? You
I got
just
a little
flipped a whole
scratch right
truck.
here. I got a little scratch right here on my forehead, and that's just because my ice chest hit me in the face.
What about your nose?
No,
Like
what
a little-
actually happened?
I don't know what this is. This has been this way for a couple of days now.
Oh, okay.
Your ice chest came alive.
It
Knocked
grew
you
more
out.
powerful than
no.
me.
It knocked you out. That's what happened. And then that's how you fell asleep. You got knocked out by your ice chest. That came alive.
That's happened to me a couple times.
Well, what? The video of on our Pepsi trucks, we can see everything. So apparently,
I wish we could
my
see
truck
that.
swerved, and I missed a 18-wheeler from like 5 seconds.
Is there any way that we could get access to this footage?
We can probably
Maybe I can try and swing it. But me and Cruz were talking in the car today, and he was talking about. He was like, "Man, you really need to start appreciating life." And stuff like that, and like you need to take that one. And I said, man, we could almost die every day. The second you were born, you made a contract with life, saying, I could possibly die today, and we were all okay with that.
Well, did you know you were like too tired when you got in the truck?
Nah, I mean, I
You
felt
just,
fine.
like,
I
normal?
felt fine because I always feel fine.
Yeah, you
So-
just
So what'd you
Fall
learn
asleep.
from this? Don't wake up at 1 in the morning to go to work.
No, what I realized, what I learned from this was
Those trucks are top heavy.
facts, dude. Those things do not swing well. Yeah, and I just started thinking, like we only have, if you truly want to think the way he does, we only have like one real moment in our life. And what is that?
Death.
Death.
That's it.
that's true.
That's for you, is death. Birth is for everyone. It's for your mother.
You're surrounded by everyone.
Everyone's. I'm excited for birth, and you can also take away birth. Plan Bs, condoms. These take away birth. Nothing escapes death.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
You got one moment in life.
If there was like, it was flipped. It's like, fuck, it's my birthday. I cannot wait to die.
I loved every minute of it because I realized that we truly only have one moment.
I don't think I've ever heard that before. Put that way.
Thank you.
I think it's kind of cringe.
Suck
Shut
it, dude.
Shut the fuck up. We're
Suck
trying to
it,
have a
dude.
moment here, and you're ruining
And
it.
he's always trying to tell these little jokes with his Affleck hat on. Yeah, get a sponsor.
Sponsored by Allstate.
Alpha.
What's in your wallet?
Eat fresh.
I think we always think about how we're going to die.
Progressive.
And we've talked about it on the podcast before. I think I don't know when I'll die, but I think it'll be pretty epic.
Are you scared it's gonna be lonely?
No, I
Like,
think it's going to involve something to do with world domination.
your death.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Something along those lines of
I love
I
domination.
think I'll at least have tried to take over an island by the time I die.
Okay.
I'll
Mine's gonna
join
be
you.
sudden and probably an accident. I feel like.
I could
You're
see
a
that.
walking accident, not in a bad way. You live a more risky lifestyle,
Yeah.
and it's more, but not even the things you do is risky. It's just, I feel like you're just like your presence is risky, so like
I don't know.
you're
I feel
more apt
like
to die.
climbing. What is it that you're gonna climb
Yeah,
without
you're
any
gonna not
ropes?
do a rope.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a free solo.
Yeah.
That's just
That's
retard brain.
Thank you. Oh, we might have to cut that. I don't know if that's allowed. Tardry.
Tard read brain.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna do a free solo, and it's on one of my favorite climbs. It's on a legendary climb. It's called Elephant's Crag. If you want to look up a picture of it,
Nice.
it's at Palisades Park. It's about 120 feet tall, and it's got an 80-foot vertical with a 25-foot horizontal. So you have to go up, and then you have to climb upside down on this horizontal part.
and you're walking into this with no ropes, no,
ropes,
safety,
no helmets.
You're gonna go
Nothing.
there, and then the dude who owned the cow pen,
He's gonna also.
he's
own
go-
that.
yeah, he's gonna also own that, and there's gonna be one up top waiting for you, and one at the bottom.
I actually asked the guy who works at Palisades if it's government owned, and it is. It's a government owned place, and you can do free solo if you want. You just have to sign the waiver.
saying that
Yeah,
you won't
that's
sue.
risky.
Yeah, it is risky, but
What are you gonna sue rocks?
the good news, the way I think about it is like this. I've never fallen on that climb ever, not even one time.
Yeah.
Have
Knock on wood.
I stopped and given up? Yes. On the very first time I ever climbed it, it was such a scary climb. I think that's why I'm so obsessed with it. Was because
You need to conquer it.
Dude,
the
can you
f-
just have like a trampoline under you or something?
I don't know. Maybe like
Or
I
just
might
have
put down
crews
some pads
sitting
or
there.
something.
Do you get like
Like
a
a
safety
net?
net, maybe?
No,
Yeah.
but the thing is, think about it like this, right? If I fall, I'm not going to survive. So that's like my comfort, is that I'm not going to have to suffer.
Yeah, but
Like-
what if you fall and then you just break a lot of bones and you're not dead yet? You're like, you have to wait 10 or 20 minutes to die.
Like Midsummer.
If you saw this year,
What if you fall, break your back, and you survive, but you're paralyzed and you're just a living carrot?
Yeah, there's been people that fallen
Disability.
from like 10-story buildings.
Yeah,
who
but they
make
don't.
it
They don't
and-
fall on like jagged boulders at the bottom.
Yeah,
That's
they fall on
true.
solid concrete.
But you got to
That's
think
flat,
about all
though.
possibilities.
Yeah, but I think
I feel like a
flatness
boulder.
is a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah.
You got to see the place, dude.
I feel like the rocks would be a little comfy.
You know what I'm thinking of? I'm
You
thinking
get
of
to
that place,
bounce off
that
of 'em
movie
if you
on
fell.
that scene on Madagascar, when Alex went off to live with the other lions, and it was like, and he was in that jagged rock thing. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was like a bunch of spike rocks. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. But this particular climb was the first thing in my life that I have ever come face to face with that had me frozen in fear. Whenever I got to the 80-foot vertical, I got to the top of that, and this was the first time I had ever done anything horizontal where I had to come off of the wall and go like away from it to there's nothing below you. This was the first time I ever had to do that, and that was the very first time in my life that I had ever been faced with something that I couldn't move. I couldn't complete because I couldn't pull myself through the fear. But
So this is a philosophy. It's called the Ubermensch. I swear.
Go ahead.
It's a real thing. Hitler believed in it. Plug that. Hitler believed in it, and that's pretty much what led him to insanity.
what was
So
it?
don't take too much thought into it, because you're the type of dude that would get into it. It's a philosophy of becoming more human than human, which leads you to thinking that if you can conquer all the things that you fear, that you are no longer human, and you do things that are evil. And Hitler believed in that. It's called the Ubermensch.
I wanna
Look it up.
I want to free solo this because I can't find that again. You know what I mean?
Something that scares you
That bad.
still.
Yeah, that bad. Because it was such like a experience where that first climb that I went to there, I didn't complete it, and I went back, and until that next time that I went, it was all that I thought about. Like every single day when I woke up, that was like the first thing I thought about was Elephant's Crag. Like that feeling that I got.
They need a
I know,
different
that's a
name.
funny name.
I kept thinking of elephants cracks every
But
day.
they call it that because there's on the vertical part, there's a crack that you have to put your hands in, and you have to put your feet against the wall like right here, and you have to do this all the way out.
You know how many people did that on Fear Factor?
Okay.
Like
You know how
4?
many elephant assholes I've touched?
Like 4?
I'm like,
But
There's a reason you get that feeling though. Like when something scares you so bad you can't complete it.
Mhm.
That's your mind. That's your brain. Your human instinct telling you.
Bad
"You
idea.
Probably
might
not a good idea."
You might not need to do that.
Yeah, but
We're
whenever
blessed with that knowledge that most animals don't have.
But the thing is whenever I went back the next time, and I was so eager to fight that, to get through that feeling, and when I got up there, I got the same feeling again. I got the same, like, fuck, dude. Like,
So what do you do if you get that this time?
then you fight through it.
He'll go rub
what-
one out in the bushes.
That's what I'm saying, is that whenever I got up
Clip.
there, the time that I completed it, the first time I completed it, I got up there and it was the same exact same feeling came to me, and I just went for it. I didn't think about it. I didn't stop. I just went for it, and I got through it, and I got to the top. And when I got to the top, I came so close to crying, because it was such like an overwhelming like sense of like you can do anything. You can do anything
had
that
a
you
really
force yourself to do.
euphoric
Yeah,
moment.
it was one of those like moments that I don't think I'll ever forget, where I was sitting on the top of the mountain and there was birds flying and the sun was like in the middle of the sky, and I could see over the whole mountain, and I had just done something that was terrifying that I never thought that I could do. And whenever I did it, it was such a it was like a spiritual moment where I was truly alive and I was truly there in the moment, and there was nothing else that mattered. Nobody I ever knew mattered. Only thing that mattered was that
Fuck you.
I was alive,
What a dick.
and that I just did that.
We didn't matter.
Not in that moment, no. That was for me. That moment was for me, and
It's
I want
always
to find
about
that, I want to
you,
find
isn't
that
it?
again. And I think that that's the most ultimate way to do it.
Yeah, that actually sounds pretty nice. You wanna go do things that scare us?
I wake up every morning.
Yeah, I guess.
Facts, dude. Do you ever get upset when people that you don't know talk about you?
What do you
Yeah, because they don't know you.
Yeah.
Like they try to describe you.
No, they try to judge you, but they don't really know you.
But don't
Yeah.
you do that every day
Well,
to people? Just
me?
when you see people, don't you just make silent judgments?
Yeah, but I'm better than them.
There's a difference. There's a difference between knowing somebody and judging them, and then not knowing somebody. Well, no, knowing somebody and really saying something that means something. Because
Versus
I can make fun
judging.
of anyone, but it's the times where like you say it and it really means it's like a
Like
verbal
resonates with 'em,
assassin.
yeah.
Like it means it. So why does that bother you?
Why does
Does that bother you when someone says something and it really means, but they don't even know you? Why does that bother you?
because
if
if
it's
it
like a
hits
real
close to
insecurity.
home?
Yeah, how do they don't know you. That's just
Why would you want a stranger to know something you're insecure about?
they don't know. They don't
just
they
guess.
just
I know,
somehow
but-
knew that about you.
Exactly. That means your insecurity or whatever they're judging is out in the open for people to see. Like this random person
I don't
just
think so. I
You don't think?
I
Or
think-
maybe you have a right to be insecure about it. Like if you have a fucking big ass nose, like not like mine, but like 3
Thanks.
times my not like yours. Like imagine twice yours.
I'm thinking something deeper though. Something that like
Penis
it's,
small?
It's something so strange. Like so this. My point is,
Hair
I was
color?
listening to Duncan Trussell,
Okay.
and he was talking about how in Buddhism, this is it's like an echo. So check it out.
We need
What they're
Grant.
saying has already been spoken. It's already been spoken into existence. They're just echoing it because someone said it about them.
Yeah, that
So they're
makes-
just speaking because most of us all have the same insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't talk about it, so it's not common.
kind of like how I've been reading about how your parents,
You
their
can read.
Yes, I can read. Their parents. You made me
can't.
lose my track of thought.
Sorry, their parents.
Their parents.
Their parents?
Yes.
Their parents.
Their parents.
Are insecure.
Yeah. Okay. This is just making it worse. Now my
I'm
mind's
sorry.
like. Okay.
All right. So anyway, their
anyways.
parents.
Their parents.
Damn it. No. Okay. So you know how your parents, you'll pick up a lot of things that they say about themselves or their insecurities, or they'll tell you things about yourself.
Parent for me.
I feel like, well, a lot of things that like my parents have told me are things that, planted something in my brain that made me not feel good. I'll think about that about other people. So what you're saying makes sense. Like it's like an echo. You hear it from them and then
Your mom doesn't even care. She'll straight up be like,
Her
"You
whole
look like an
family."
ugly bitch today."
well, she won't say that.
Well, yeah, I know.
But yeah.
She should.
It's a strange phenomenon, and it's really cool. I think it was cool because it makes so much sense.
Like how they say anytime someone talks bad about you, it's about themselves more than it is you.
And more than anything else, it's about themselves, and they can feel the insecurity. I think it was the
Yeah.
camera that just went out. Flip.
Well, we're only on one camera now, folks.
We
You'll
started
get
the show.
you'll get all of them.
Great.
So please start giving some good reactions.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I really want to have Brant on again. 'Cause
he's Buddha?
yeah, I think he would have a
He's
lot. I
Buddha.
think he would I think he would have a lot to say about a subject like that. So Brant, let's get you back on, buddy. Let's get you back on.
Listen to the podcast.
That's okay.
You should. Everyone should. I feel like this podcast is enlightening.
To an extent, sometimes it's suppressing,
Depressing.
depressing. Sometimes it's uplifting. Sometimes we have very uplifting episodes. Sometimes we have really discouraging episodes.
Yeah. But you do get a sweet taste of everything. So it is a good mix. It's a good podcast. You get somebody that stutters. You get somebody that speaks well.
But you
Somebody
do
who
get
doesn't speak well.
But you do get in another sense, like from like Christian religion, that there is a phenomenon that you can only go so far in life before you become turned to a reprobate mind.
What does that mean?
It's like the rest of the verse is you get seared with a hot iron, and there's no other way. Like nothing will get through to you anymore.
So eventually you just get to a point where you don't listen to anyone.
You don't listen to anyone, but like also the things you say don't resonate any feeling or meaning anymore. You just say things because you have been turned over
So
to
you like build a tolerance.
but it's not really supposed to be a good thing.
So is my search for like a fear tolerance, is that not a good thing?
No. That's not the same thing. It's more of like talking about like, so like you live your life. If you always live a terrible life, you do terrible things.
Eventually it'll
constantly.
stick.
Eventually, that longing for something good will go away. Eventually, that's just a philosophy in Christianity that
Is that like
eventually
inevitably speaking, or is this with certain?
This is with if you don't seek any higher power or any feeling of I'm doing something wrong, I need to fix this.
You'll stay the same.
You will inevitably stay the same.
Well, yeah,
And you will never get fixed, and you'll become evil.
that makes sense.
Think about that.
Makes sense.
Puts a lot of things into perspective, actually, because I feel like.
Yeah, because you're short and you can't see everyone else's
Shut
perspective.
up!
I was just thinking that when I had to go poop, and I turned around, and all I heard was, "Go to the bathroom, Jackson." I looked down, I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Who is this?"
I met someone smaller than me. She's like
A baby?
Shut up! No, she was like
4?
a head taller than me, or shorter than me.
Okay, was she 10?
No, she's in her like 50s or 60s. She's older than
Well,
me.
that doesn't count, dude.
Yes,
Old
it
people
does.
shrink.
She's
They
not
become
old.
hunchback.
Yeah, dude, they shrink.
But she stands up straight. She's not that old, you
but
know.
they're like the.
Was she wearing shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't ever wear shoes.
You wear flats a lot?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I wear heels today.
You wear heels to work?
Mhm.
Why?
Because
Trying to
Looks
impress
more
somebody?
formal. Yeah, it looks.
yeah,
It looks
well, you gotta look good,
just
and you
to
also.
impress. Yeah, just to impress.
I like feeling taller.
Why?
When you put on heels,
Have
does
you
it
ever
make
wanted
you
to be taller?
Yeah.
Why, man? I've
Because,
never
like-
had an urge to be taller.
All right, here's why.
Not
It's-
really.
It's not really because of like a look aspect as much as it is easier to get through life. Like
Exactly.
No,
being
you won't do. He'll have back problems way before
I have
we,
back problems now.
No.
Right now,
He's
right
gonna
as
be
we speak.
He's gonna be cripple, and we'll still be able to walk around
And
because
statistically, he'll
his-
die before you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Dude,
maybe he will, but like
Asians live forever, and they're like 4'4".
yeah, but listen, I just feel like the leverage that you have at 6 foot, at least like at 6 foot or taller. But I think like 6 foot is like the sweet spot because you can do so many more things and your muscles are like the right length. You have like enough muscle per bone, kind of thing.
Like reach or no?
No,
I was
it's like
thinking-
how much bone you have per how much muscle you have at 6 foot is better than at 5'5". Like you'll be able to be stronger because you have more muscle mass.
Yeah.
So getting through life, it would just be easier.
If you were taller,
Yeah, no, at 6 foot, not necessarily like 6'7" or something.
I say you get to those guys that are like 6'9", they struggle just to even get mass because they're so
Yeah.
large. There's so much
But
mass they need to gain.
That's what I'm saying. I think 6 foot is like the prime for human. Like if you
I
want to be
appreciate it.
You're
You know what the
6'2".
average height is for a human, right?
What?
Like 5'7".
It's 5.
I'm taller
for the
than average.
world, though.
The average for men is 5'9", isn't it?
Is 5'8".
The average
I'm
penis
average.
size is only like 5'5".
That's
Yeah.
for
5
the
feet
world,
long.
though.
That sucks, dude.
And there's a
I'm
lot
below
of
average.
there's more Asians than there are.
Whites.
Yeah.
There's more.
I think so.
There's more Orientals than there are any other race combined.
Okay, because the Asia is the biggest continent. Are you including Russians in
No.
Asian culture?
No,
That's Asia
they're
though.
whites.
But I thought that was
That's
Europe.
Asia.
I thought they were considered in Europe.
Russia
Yeah.
is considered Asia. It's
They're
the
in
biggest part
Asia.
of Asia.
But
Did you take
I
geography?
feel like that's just like a debate. Yeah, and I thought
Isn't it
Russia was
strange
in
This guy.
Europe.
how many of those people there are on those little bitty islands?
What do you
that's
mean?
one of them islands I want to conquer before my death.
I wanna
That's
conquer
just
an
so
island.
wild to think that an island that is the size of
My nuts.
like
Rhode Island. Think about Rhode Island.
okay,
There's like at least 4 million people on Rhode Island.
but no, there's not.
Really?
Let's conquer it.
Let's look it up.
Alexa, how many people live on Rhode Island?
If I said 4 million.
According
I'd
to
say
the
200,000.
2020 US Census, the population of Rhode Island is 1.1 million people, which is a
That's still a lot.
1.1, dude, fuck off.
That's a lot though. I mean, that's like all of Alabama.
But
On
there's
an island.
there's 7.5 billion, maybe almost 8 billion people on the planet now, and like 5 billion of them live in China.
True.
Like really?
But look at China, man. It's so inflated. It's like, come on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just wild that many people live in one spot. Like,
Okay, think of New York.
what I'm saying is like the size of China is like you can fit like 30 Chinas in Texas. Like seriously?
I don't know, maybe like
Wait,
2
what?
China.
No.
No,
No.
maybe 1 China.
Alexa.
How many Chinas can you fit in Texas?
No, it's not.
I don't know that one.
China's fucking huge.
No,
what
but
are
if
you talking about?
Maybe not
China's
China.
bigger than Texas.
China is.
Is it?
China's got.
Dude, Texas.
China's
is really
the
big.
most populated country in
China
the
is
world.
bigger than Texas. 100%. 2 times bigger than Texas.
How many Texases can you fit on the moon?
China is 14 times bigger than Texas.
Is how many times bigger?
14 times.
How did you
Okay.
even know?
Maybe I'm
Good
thinking.
job, Jamie.
I'm thinking about Japan.
Finally
I get
got
all
my
those
job.
chinky countries mixed up.
No.
Think about Madagascar, though.
There's like no one
I
lives
love
there.
Did you see all the animals though from the movie?
In the movie, yeah,
They
dude.
all live on that, man.
And they're all those little ones.
Yeah, those little guys.
Yeah.
Think about Australia.
Think about that.
Australia.
If people were
Australia.
small, maybe that's why all those Orientals are so small.
Because they could cram up in there like sardines.
Exactly. They get smaller so they can fit more of them.
You got all those guys
More
born in
head
all
count.
them Africans, dude. They come out of the womb with a 6-pack. I mean, no wonder there's not as many.
What the fuck do
on
we
Africa?
get?
Yeah,
Nothing.
they get-
average size penises. That's what whites
Average
get.
brains, average height.
Average. We're so average.
We're
Average
like-
hair color.
The regular.
We're so regular.
Or maybe you're just the blueprint of what a
Isn't that
man
kinda
should
strange?
be.
average hair. Average
like-
this. Average
Yeah.
this and that.
African people
sense.
are like averagely way taller because they have so much more room. Like that's
Mass, man. There's
that's
mass
a
everywhere.
huge continent,
Oh yeah.
right? But then all these Orientals, they live on small little
Stop saying
islands.
Oriental.
That
means Asian.
That's
It
not.
means from Asian descent.
Yeah, dude, that's not bad. That's a description. But they live on these little islands, so they're shorter. That makes sense.
It does. It does. And the problem with America is we sectioned off all of our country into little states. So
you-
now you got different sizes.
Well, look at Africa.
Chicago.
Look at Africa.
Huge people. Why? Black. Florida. Freaks. Why? Closer to the equator.
Aren't you shorter if you're closer to the equator?
That's why they're smaller.
More gravity.
They're small.
Those little Cubans. Oh my gosh, they're small.
Down in
Oh
Florida.
my god, they're so cute, little Cubans.
You know, a
love
lot of
Cuba,
Willy
'cause it's
Wonka's
like-
chocolate factory. A lot of those Oompa Loompas were Cubans.
Cuban.
Yeah,
Is
they
that
were.
real?
They were. Yeah.
No, they were maybe they were South American.
Swedish.
Most
Do you
of
know
them,
what they were?
Most of them were robots.
Since you're Puerto Rican.
She's Spanish.
Sorry, are you from Spain?
Yep.
So do you look down on Mexicans? I've always heard that people from Spain look down on Mexico because they're like the dirtier Espanol. Is that true? Wow.
Wow.
She's shaking her head yes for the people that can't see her. So, and that's okay. That's okay.
She's not saying that she.
We do that with us whites. We look at British people. We're like, those guys are nasty. Their teeth are gross.
I don't
Yeah.
look at them that way.
Yes,
they're all,
you
they're,
do.
They're all fancied. Well, their teeth are gross. But they're like, I'll get like my fish and
Bad
chips.
healthcare.
Like my fish and chips. Like my
I
tea.
think
What you doing?
that American people are like way better than British people. Is that racist?
You think Americans are better than British people?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Americans are better than everybody. Come on, dude.
Well, we've got everybody is a thing. So
That's the thing.
That's
We're
our
a
cheat
melting
code.
pot.
That's the American cheat code. Is that how can we be racist whenever we all are everybody?
But here's the problem. Once you get so much diversity, it's almost irrational to say that there won't be race problems when you have so much diversity.
Yeah.
If everyone's the same race, what are you gonna hate on each other's race?
You can't. You
Can't. Y'all are the same race. You're just hating on each other. Everything's a different race, so of course, it's animalistic. It's human instinct. It's animal instinct to go with what you are.
I'm a racist, and this is why.
But no, I'm saying it happens in prison. It doesn't matter what you are. Doesn't matter
I
who
don't
you
know
root
if they're
for.
racist.
You're gonna go with
They
what
are
you.
racist.
But they're not. They're just kind
They
of
tattoo swastikas on their forehead. They're
Okay,
racist.
that's
segregation
racist.
literally plays hand in hand with racism.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that if you go back to like just
Naturally.
surface level animalistic behavior, you're gonna go with what you look like.
Well,
I hate
Birds
it.
of a
It's-
feather
I
flock
hate it.
together.
It's sad.
That's why
but-
that saying exists.
I didn't hear what he said.
Birds of a feather flock together.
What song is that?
That's not a song. It's a saying.
No, it's on a train. And we flock together. You know what I'm saying? If it's love. And it down. I don't know the rest of the song.
I don't know
That's
the
a
song.
song.
I know the song you're talking
and we're
about,
like birds in a feather who flock together. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, but that saying was around before the song. What it means
Yeah,
is that
right, train
people that
invented
look alike are gonna come together, or people that are into the same things are gonna be with each other. They're gonna do stuff like that.
Why do you think college social groups exist? They all flock together. Why do you think your high school cliques hung out together?
Because they did the same things.
We were all rejects. That's where we all met.
Yeah.
True.
You didn't see me hanging out with football players. I did. I actually hung out with a lot of people, and that's just because I like to
Yeah, I feel
expand my
like-
horizons.
Me too.
You're the type of guy that everyone liked you, but you only like hung out with a certain amount of people. Like you had
I
your
hung out with
people.
the other kids that everyone liked, but they didn't hang out with them. So we ended
Okay.
up meeting
That's
together.
exactly what I did.
So the rejects.
That's weird.
We're just all American rejects.
Was that a Green Day album?
I think so.
Wow.
That's what we ended up being.
Green Day?
A Green Day album.
Yeah, we ended up being a Green Day album,
That fucking sucks.
an alternative rock album.
Is that the name of this episode?
Yes,
Green
the
Day
story.
album?
I was gonna say the story of an alternative rock album.
That works.
Good. I'll post it right now.
That sounds good.
No, I actually won't. Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you for listening to another episode of Mics and Men. Come back next week where you can find some more hilarious or not so hilarious content. Make sure to check out our Instagram. That is _, all lowercase. Make sure to check out the new YouTube channel. We're posting videos whenever Inslee fucking wants to post them. So
Very true.
So just go ahead and check that out. We've got 2 videos posted up there right now. Make sure to check out the website. If you look in our Instagram, there is a link to the website right there where you can leave a donation if you really like the episode. And
We got a new sponsor coming.
we do
don't
have
tell.
this-
Don't say anything.
I'm
about
not
it.
saying nothing.
Is it
but
the iPhone?
We'll tell you about it after the episode.
It's better. But we do have an iPhone sponsor, Inslee.
Yeah. Okay, wait. This is actually crazy. Have you
No.
heard this?
No.
The iPhone is like changing their name.
To
the new
what?
iPhone is going to be called iPhone Tua.
Tua Tagovailoa?
No,
The
Tua.
Miami
Tua
Dolphins-
nuts in your mouth.
The Miami Dolphins quarterback? Dude, I'm too quick, man.
Yeah, no, I
you
was about to
should've.
say
I
Damn,
got everyone
I felt
else
for it.
except for you.
Dude, you're too witty to like get off of those jokes.
Well, Tua Tagovailoa. It's the Miami Dolphins quarterback. He plays for Alabama. #1 draft pick.
iPhone Tua.
Maybe I should watch college football.
Tua took it a little.
All right, yeah, guys. Thanks for joining us on this week, and we will see y'all later.
See. Peace.